The word Illuminati means people claiming to be unusually enlightened with regard to a subject, or any of various groups claiming special religious enlightenment. Like the definitions tell us, any group which considers itself enlightened could rightfully call themselves the Illuminati. This is also the case. If you Google the Illuminati, you will find quite a few groups claiming this name. It can be confusing, so before we continue, I want to make very clear that the Illuminati we are discussing here is not a benevolent secret society who wants to bring peace and harmony to this world by helping to bring back freedom to the people. I know such a benevolent group exists, and also happens to call itself the Illuminati, so I apologize if some people will mix up the different groups. The Illuminati I am exposing here is the super-rich power elite with an ambition to create a slave society. The Illuminati are the top players on the international playground, basically belonging to the 13 of the wealthiest families in the world. And they are the men who really rule the world from behind the scenes. Yes, they are mostly men, with a few exceptions. They are the real decision makers, who make up the rules for presidents and governments to follow. And they are often held from public scrutiny, as their action can't stand scrutiny. They are connected by bloodlines going back thousands and thousands of years in time, and they are very careful keeping those bloodlines as pure as possible from generation to generation. The only way to do so is by inbreeding. That is why you so often see royalties marry royalties, for example. Their parents decide whom their children should marry. Their power lies in the occult, magic rituals, and in economy. Money creates power. The Illuminati own all the international banks, the oil businesses, the most powerful businesses of industry and trade. They infiltrate politics and education, and they own most governments, or at the very least control them. They even own Hollywood and the music industry. A good example is the American election for presidency. It is no secret that the candidate who gets the most sponsorship in form of money and positive media coverage wins the election, as this gives the power to uncreate the opposed candidate and effectively promote the candidate who will follow the plans of the Illuminati. Media, knowing how to manipulate ignorant people, can easily steer an election in a desired direction so the candidate that's been selected by the Illuminati wins. More often than not, it is the candidate with the purest bloodline and who is the most corrupt that will be chosen for the job. The Illuminati put in top positions people who they know have a dark past, so they can be easily controlled. If these appointed people, who are promised fame and fortune if they follow the rules, are breaking the same rules, the puppet masters can easily get them back in line by threatening to put their dirty laundry out to dry in public. If that doesn't help, the person will end up like John F. Kennedy and others. More often than not, the Illuminati sponsor both sides to have a game to entertain the ignorant public. They decide who will be the next president, and they see to that their man wins, even if they have to cheat like they did in Florida when President George W. Bush won over Al Gore. Even if their pre-elected candidate for some reason can't win and the other candidate does, they just go to Plan B, which is very well structured and prepared beforehand, should this happen. So basically, no matter which candidate wins the race, they win. They control both the Democratic and Republican parties. Most president campaigns are financed with drug money, which is understandable when you understand that the Illuminati run the drug trade industry as well. More about this elsewhere on this website. Elections are really not necessary, but they let us vote so we can have a game, and by letting us do so, they pretend to follow the Constitution. It gives us an illusion of choice. But isn't the president running the game? Not the least. Think of the president as the CEO of big corporate America. He is the decision maker as long as he is following the policies of the company. If he should have own ideas how to change things, he needs approval from the real owners of America Incorporated, which is the hidden hand, the Illuminati. The power is not with the politicians, but with the Illuminati, whose top players, as far up in power as we can confirm, are mostly of a sectarian Jewish elite. who in modern time use Zionism as a tool to create a Jewish state in Israel with Jerusalem as their capital. Zionists are not to be confused with the common Jews, who have nothing to do with this treason against humanity. Soon enough you will see that. You don't even have to be a Christian to realize that the Bible prophecies anticipating an Antichrist and the end of the world as we know it are actually unfolding right before our eyes. The leading candidates for presidency are carefully chosen from the occult bloodlines of the 13 Illuminati families, and if we research all the presidents of the United States from the beginning and up to present time, we will find that almost all of them are of the same royal bloodline, and they are all family, related by ancestry and family trees. Royalty is equivalent to the Illuminati. We have heard a lot about this during presidential campaigns lately, where mass media have revealed the family ties between the candidates and also showed how a certain candidate is of royal blood. The Illuminati have 6 disciplines of training within their family. These are 1. Military, 2. Government, 3. Spiritual, 4. Scholarship, 5. Leadership, 6. Science. Each member is schooled extensively in all of them from early childhood. Like an Illuminati member said, with the addition to the above 6 disciplines of a complicit media machine and ownership of your financial establishments, all bases are covered. One thing I want to make clear here is that any person can join a secret society if you are accepted, but no one can join the Illuminati. You are born into it and have to be of the right bloodline. Greedy and evil people join their agenda for power and money, but they can't join the Illuminati itself. Important distinction. So what is the true goal of the Illuminati? The main goal is to create a one-world government, with them on top to rule the world into slavery and dictatorship. George Bush Sr. and a few other major players like Mikhail Gorbachev and Gordon Brown have openly called for a new world order, which is referring to this one-world government. In fact, it's nothing new with the New World Order. It's the same old world order that has always been in place. The only difference is that now they want to put the crown upon the head of their world dictator, and with that their mission is completed. The battle of planet Earth is won. This is a very old goal of theirs, and to understand it fully, one must realize that this goal isn't of a kind that's supposed to be obtained within one lifetime. It has been a goal that slowly is to be reached over a long period of time. However, they have accomplished more in this direction during the last few decades than they have done in hundreds of years, due to the industrialization and the information technology era. Their immediate task is to lower the living standard of the developed countries, like the United States and Europe, to a low enough level so the government can more easily control us. You can see this happening. The living standard in the third world countries will then increase to the same low level that is planned for the developed countries, so that it all evens out. To be able to accomplish a new world order, the living standard must be similar all over the world. They want a uniform world to rule over. We can see this goal slowly being reached right before our eyes. The following article shows it clearly. Africa and Asia push for new world order. http://illuminati-news.com/0/Africa_NWO.htm. This goal has been planned away from the public, in secrecy within secret societies. Most secret societies with secret grades of initiation are these days controlled by this malevolent Illuminati cabal, and Freemasonry is perhaps the best known of them all. Although Freemasonry and a few other secret societies were not created by the puppet masters, they have been infiltrated over time, and there are very few unique ones left that are actually working against the power bloodlines. The elite that controls the societies and the Illuminati are occultists and black magicians. They say their god is Lucifer, the light bearer, and by occult practices they manipulate and influence the masses. Although branches of the Illuminati are Gnostic in nature and claim to acknowledge Lucifer as the head of the game, even that seems to be a deception. With time and after years of research, I've come to understand that Lucifer is not equivalent to Satan, but they are two different entities. The real power behind the Brotherhood is therefore not Lucifer, but Satan himself. Hence, it is correct to refer to this cabal as being Satanists, and not Luciferian. It doesn't matter if you and I believe in this or not, as long as they do. And they take it very seriously. It's a breathtaking thought that this planet, as a matter of fact, is run with black magic, a planet where magic is not supposed to exist at all in any shape and form, except in the movies and in books. And if somebody tells you it does exist, she will most certainly be ridiculed. After people have watched movies like Lord of the Rings, they wish there was more magic in their lives. Little do they know. From the occult, science, mind control, and intelligence have developed. By taking over the movie industry, the record companies, and by their control of the fine arts, they know how to influence the teenagers to dance to their tune and accept their kind of reality. This makes sense if you look at what kind of entertainment we are enforced to enjoy. If you doubt it, just look at what influence the modern music has on the kids. It's not uplifting and doesn't have love and compassion as its end product. It promotes darkness, not light. And I am talking about the overall effect, not individual artists, whom on rare occasions may release something positive. In fact, the music the teenagers have to listen to is often totally without quality and lead many of them into robotism, apathy, violence, and drugs. It's also used for mind control, as we shall see later. Real quality music is rejected by the big record companies in favor for those with lack of talent. Since Black Sabbath in the beginning of the 70s and the Rolling Stones before them, Satanism, magic and black magic has been promoted through the music industry. Many groups followed on the same track and have always been hard sale and heavily promoted and distributed. Ozzy Osbourne is still going strong, as is his buddy, Marilyn Manson. Some people dispute that Black Sabbath were into black magic, but were actually singing about God and condemning Satan. This is of course not true, but a playing with words. It doesn't matter how you present the lyrics when the vibration of the music is dark and gloomy. Tony Iommi, the guitar player in Black Sabbath, tuned down his guitar to create this low vibration in their music, something that the later heavy metal and death metal industry adopted big time. Geezer Butler, bass player in Black Sabbath and the one who wrote most lyrics, admitted in public that Black Sabbath were into black magic. The same thing goes with Hollywood, which is also controlled and created by the Jewish branch of the Illuminati and the Mafia, same masters. The E.T. movies, doomsday films and catastrophe movies all align with the purpose to influence us in certain directions, as we shall see later in this article. Occult movies have also been made popular by Walt Disney and others to influence our children, all to prepare for days to come. Still, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear, there is a lot to learn from the Hollywood movies. The Brotherhood loves to put the truth out there in plain sight in form of symbolism and coded messages. Those with the knowledge to interpret it will be able to get the message. The rest of the population only see an entertaining movie played out in front of them. They miss the whole point. I told you above that the men who control the Illuminati are members of 13 wealthy families. Who they are has always been a well-hidden secret, and the leadership has gone from man to man over generations. Nevertheless, no secrecy is kept forever, and sooner or later there will be leaks, so also in this case. Not many people knew who these families are exactly, but quite recently this has become known, due to people from the Illuminati who have left the order and revealed the most remarkable information. So here are the names of the 13 families. 1. Astor. 2. Bundy. 3. Collins. 4. DuPont. 5. Freeman. 6. Kennedy. 7. Lee Chinese. 8. Onassis. 9. Rockefeller. 10. Rothschild. 11. Russell. 12. Van Dyne. 13. Merovingian, European royal families. The following families are also interconnected with those above. 1. Reynolds. 2. Disney. 3. Krupp. 4. McDonald. Also, in addition to those 4 families, there are hundreds of others that are more remotely connected to the main 13 Illuminati bloodlines. Although significant, they are not mentioned here. They are considered less powerful and less pure by the 13 elite bloodlines. All the families above can be studied in much more detail in Fritz Springmeier's excellent book, Bloodlines of the Illuminati. http://www.hiddenmysteries.com/radar/index458.html. In my next video, we will talk more about the secret societies. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel for you not to miss any interesting videos about the subject. Please like and share this video as well. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video.
With